If your heart is longing for the heather on the hills and the sounds of bagpipes in your ears, but you can't get to Scotland, then the Scottish St. Andrew's Society in Washington, D.C. has just the remedy. The Scottish Tartan Ball at the Mayflower Hotel in November is just one of the ways you might feel like kicking up your heels in happiness.
Scots for the longest time have really been the fabric of a lot of societies around the world. We've been the administrators, the inventors, the people who've been connecting tissue of a lot of the governments and a lot of the cultural societies around the world. We serve as the same function here in the United States. Every person who comes from Scotland first finds a St. Andrew's Society, and we have done that here for Washington, D.C. We get them connected the same way we play the same role in other countries around the world. We get them connected with the culture, with the people, with the ideas, with the fellowship.
The Tartan Ball is a time to don your kilt and get ready to eat, socialize, and bid at the silent auction to help raise money for the needy. In 2012, the Tartan Ball raised more than $22,000 in scholarship funds for students in the U.S. and Scotland.
I myself studied in Scotland and I was on a full scholarship, so I really saw the value in trying to contribute and to give back to those in need, and that's why I focused on those areas. But we've got a diverse set of men that are involved in diverse activities throughout the region.
The 225-year-old St. Andrew's Society in D.C. is a men's-only group, but women are allowed to participate in the many events they have all year, where passing the Scottish traditions to their youth is one of their priorities.
These dances have stories to them, and every time we perform in a place where there's children or we can speak, we tell the stories. And I think it just inspires kids to think about the past, think about the history, just think about it doesn't even have to be their ancestors, but just people from 1,000 years ago. Maybe they fought with swords, maybe clans fought against each other. There's all kinds of reasons why people dance. And I think they can imagine in their brain.
There are stories behind a lot of the dances. Yeah. Like, for the sword dance, like it's a battle dance. So like when you won in battle, you take your enemy's sword and you dance over it, and as victory. And then if you like touch it, then you're supposed to get injured the next day in battle. But if you kick it, you're supposed to die the next day.
Nobody's died yet. My mother was a McLean. I went to Scotland for the first time last May. My grandmother passed away this May, and so it's really a way to stay connected. My grandparents were wonderful at keeping like family history and genealogy, and they had a lot of stories and know a lot about my ancestors that came from Scotland. And for me, this is really a way to sort of stay connected to that. I also think, I don't have a lot of family who, like, my family's been in the U.S. for generations, right? And so I would say, I don't feel a lot of close connection to heritage, like some people who are more recently immigrated to the country, which I just think is so wonderful. I don't have that, so this is that.
The Society has a network for learning to play the bagpipes or Highland dancing or researching your ancestry, just to name a few. All through the year, there are activities that focus on fun and camaraderie, like the Virginia Scottish Games for adults and children, and the upcoming Scottish Christmas Walk weekend in Alexandria on December 6th and 7th. As many of the guests at the Tartan Ball said, they're one big family that keeps getting bigger, as they keep the traditions of the old sod alive in Washington, D.C. Becoming part of the clan has never been easier. This is Kathleen Rush Hall for Georgetown University.